Oh my goodness. It can just be so overwhelming, right? Like there's all the things. And when you start one thing, especially as an entrepreneur, you think, I'm going to start one thing. And really, that one thing is more like 12,000 things. And heaven forbid you have three things, because then that's 36,000 things. And suddenly we are outside the realm that I am comfortable in branding math. But it's really easy to think, I'm overwhelmed. Dang, it's just too much. There's just so much to do. I'm just feeling really overwhelmed right now. And I also know that in addition to doing all the things in your business, you have life. You have currently, we're still working through a global pandemic. Those of us who are parents, are still trying to figure out school, whether they're back to school or doing it online and we're pretending to be homeschool parents. Whatever that looks like, that's another one of those layers of all the things, all the hats, all the things we're doing. So I get it in that I'm so overwhelmed. That's not really because sometimes that really is true. And I honor that. And it's all good. Like I get that. I have been there. I feel that. But I want to talk to you today just a little bit about the default position of I'm overwhelmed. It for me is right up there with that. I hustle. I totally hustle today. I'm just hustling today. I have a real issue with both those things. I will just tell you right now, not with the people who say them, but with the reason we say them and what it says about the message we're putting out to the world. So I want to talk to you a little bit about that default. And really, it's not even default. We say, I'm so overwhelmed, like it's a badge of honor. Like somehow, if we were truly in control of everything and if we were on top of everything, that must mean we're not doing enough. That must mean it's some kind of a weakness, because if we are doing everything we should, then that would be overwhelming, right? There's going to be times when we just, oh, I'm just overwhelmed. And I don't think that it's common, I guess I should say, for the people I talk to and the way I see this out on social media, it's pretty common to just, that's kind of our, I am overwhelmed. And sometimes we even smile when we say it. I am just overwhelmed. And that's where I think that's where it comes in, as if it's some kind of a badge of honor. So whether that's valid and that's true, like that's a real painful space. But sometimes I think we say it without really realizing what we're saying, because there's something about you saying, I'm so overwhelmed, that is in direct conflict with, but I want more clients, but I want more speaking opportunities, but I want to have more interviews. I want to have more podcast speaking at things. I want more, I want more, all the time saying out of the other side, I'm so overwhelmed. By definition, overwhelm is really about being like, I'm over full, right? My cup runneth over. I have too much. And yet when we say we have too much, but I want more, is completely contradictory. It completely conflicts. So how can you, in the same breath, I'm overwhelmed, I really am looking for more clients? What does that even mean? Do you realize that that's what you're saying? Like, I just don't think that we realize that that's what's coming out of our mouth sometimes. Like, that's what we're saying to ourselves, to our subconscious. That's what we're saying to the people in the room. That's what we're putting out to the universe, however you want to view that. We're saying, I have too much. No, thank you. I'm all full up here. Go ahead and pass that next thing along, because I can't handle it. So what do we do when we commit to being overwhelmed? Like that we hold on to that like it's something to be prized. And I will tell you right now, you cannot become legend in a state of overwhelm. That's not how it works. You don't get to say, I am overwhelmed, I'm full up, please pass me by, and still become legend, because legend is about more. Legend is about bigger. Legend is about greater and more amazing, and bringing in new people into your space and progressing forward on that path, whatever that looks like for you. And if your pack is already overflowing, you can't keep moving forward on that particular path to legend. It just doesn't work that way. So there's parts of it where I think a lot of it comes down to priorities. And I'm not telling you how to prioritize. I'm not telling you how to get out of overwhelm or anything like that. What I'm saying is that I think that there are two big reasons why we tend to say I'm overwhelmed. One of those is we're exhausted, like truly physically, emotionally, mentally. We are exhausted, we're drained. And again, there are 27 different reasons why that could be true right now. In the best of times, there are 27 different reasons why that could be true. But when you are in that state, when you are actively feeling overwhelmed and using that vocabulary, you can't move forward. You can't take on anything more. And being on the road to legend is about more, taking on more, moving forward, and not in an overwhelming way, but bigger, greater, grander, more people, more amazing stuff, right? The other thing I think sometimes that reason why we default to that is we get kind of resistant to change. I know I do. Like there are things that I'm like, I don't like that. I like this. I like my routine. I am very comfortable here. I don't want surprises. I don't want this to change. I really, really like where I am in this. But if you are resistant to change, because that's part of it, right? Somebody comes and says there's new technology, there's a new networking event, there's a new course you should be on, there's a new social platform you should be on, and all of a sudden you're like, oh my, all the things. Holy crap, I'm overwhelmed. It's because in part, it's not just that there's tons more, it's that that's different, that's new. I don't like that yet. I don't know how to do that yet. And so we push against that change. If we are growing our brand, growing our business, and we have an opportunity to take on these big, new, and exciting clients, even while part of us is like, oh my gosh, so exciting. That's more impact. That's exactly what I wanted to do. I get to be in charge of this whole big thing right here. There's more money in it, and it could lead to all these other things. There's part of us that thinks that, and the other part that goes, oh, but what if I don't know how to do that? What if that's too hard? What if they don't like it? What if, right? It's that pushback against change and new. But again, that is something holding still is antithetical to becoming legend. It's not something you get to do simultaneously. We push against change because it's harder, it's new, we don't know how to do the tech, we don't know how to do the next process, we don't know how to get a course online, whatever it is. Somehow we have come across this I'm overwhelmed as a default. I want to challenge you to change your vocabulary around that. And I know it's not just semantics on this one, friends. It's not just about semantics, although that's important. It's about how you view what is in your pack. If you are bringing on something new and you think I'm overwhelmed, what can you let go of? How can you look at this as not this new burden, this new challenge, this one more thing on my checklist? How do you view it as an amazing opportunity that you cannot believe you get to do this? You have created it. It's exciting. Yep, there's going to be parts that are hard. Yep, there's probably going to be parts that suck. Yep, all those things. But it's also going to be really amazing. And it's something that you've wanted to create for so long. And now that it's here and you go, oh, I'm just overwhelmed. What if we didn't say that? What if we were very, very picky about the times we use that word? Because again, there are definitely times when that's valid. And that's not for me to choose. That's for you to decide about your own world and your own mindset about what you're doing. Rather than feeling overwhelmed, let go of something that doesn't matter anymore. Let go of something that was holding you back anyway. Let go of that tether to the old you and move forward on that road to legend. Move forward, creating an amazing experience for your clients. Move forward in all those things that you said you wanted. And even when it's hard and scary and remember that you're not alone. No legend was ever created by yourself. That's not how it works. Move forward on that path to legend and make sure you have a community around you that supports that journey, that supports those endeavors, that doesn't allow you to wallow in overwhelm, that doesn't allow you to wear that like a badge of honor, but rather supports your claim to the universe and to your own psyche and to your clientele. I want more. I want it all. I want it now. I swear there's a song somewhere in there. Get into a community that supports forward motion. It's what legends do. Don't stay in overwhelm. Get some help, get some support. Let go of those things that are holding you back, even if they feel safe. If they don't serve you, you know they're not serving you anymore. Go ahead and cut that. Just cut that line and then move forward with us on the road to legend. I invite you to join my Facebook group. It's called Welcome to Legend. You can find it actually just searching Welcome to Legend, all one word. It also should be attached to your Brand by Design somehow. Come join us. We have conversations like this all the time. And you know that you're going to be in a space where there are other people just as committed to moving forward, committed to creating something grander than themselves on a daily basis. This is a place for you to come in and realize that this was for you. This was created for you. Not in a, oh my gosh, let me just offload and dump all this stuff into someplace, but rather a place to celebrate a really important step, that first step into something, creating something rather remarkable for yourself. So join us in the group, Welcome to Legend. I can't wait to see you there. And until we actually get to play together, rock on.